Evidence file for case 2016 TAC 31323235, aka the Santa napping. Previous videos have covered some Twitter and Instagram analysis, as well as finding an APK file. I've recently questioned some elves up in the North Pole, and a couple of them have pointed out some interesting tools to use with APKs. So I'm going to attempt to use them here and see if we can find anything interesting in Santagram.apk. So first, I'm on a Linux terminal, and I can look here, and I do have the APK file in the directory. So I'm going to use APK tool with the D command to decompile, and we'll just go ahead and decompile Santagram APK. Now, some of the first things that I'm going to try, really the only things I know how to try, is I'm going to look for any credentials that could be stored here, hard-coded in the APK, and then I'll see if I can find any interesting files that may be evidence or clues that can help me find Santa. So first things first, I'm going to use a grep command to try and find any passwords that may be hidden in these files. So just to reiterate what these do, the -i makes grep case insensitive, so the password could be spelled with any number of capitals or lower cases. I don't really care. I just want anything that says password. R means recursive, so it's going to look in the current directory and all the way down. And then the -a2 is going to provide some context. It's going to give me not just the line that password is matched on, but it's also going to give me the 2 lines afterwards as well. So the hope there is that if it sees password within the next 2 lines after that, you're also going to see what the password is if it's showing you both. And one last thing is, if you're using -r, you don't have to have the file flag for grep. It's just going to look in its current directory and everything underneath it. So let's go ahead and run this. And that is quite a lot of output. So let's go back up to the top. Now, what you're seeing here, all the smally files are, as it was explained to me, these are deconstructed code from the APK. This is a low-level code, lower than Java, but higher level than assembly. You can see, there's a little more English language here, but not much. So that's what that is. So let's kind of scroll up a little bit, start looking through this command output. We're seeing some stuff from the terms of use, some XML files laying out, different variables for the either variables or assets maybe for the program itself. And here we're starting to get into actual code. You're seeing literal strings here, maybe some password methods. And look at this right here. We see an actual string defined, constant string defined in the V1 and V2 registers or variables, I guess they'd be called in Smalley. But we can see password busy reindeer 78. Now that very much looks like a password to me. So that's excellent. So what we're, and here again in b.smalley. So what we're going to do is, to find out whose password this is, I'm going to look in this file for username and see if we can find a username. So we're going to do something similar to what we just did. So we're going to grep -i. We're not going to use -r because we're looking at a specific file this time, but we still want it to be case insensitive in case the programmer decided to get crazy. And then we're going to look specifically in this .b or b.smalley file all the way down in this path here. So let's go ahead and run that. Oops, we didn't do the A2. Remember, we need that context because just getting that match is useless. So, and there we go. So there is some credentials for us. We have guest, username guest with a password of busyreindeer78. So that's good. We need to make a note of that. And then here's a command that one of the button pushers up at County gave me, and what it is find is a way to essentially just find files or commands or anything really on your computer. What it is especially helpful for is, at least to me, is finding file names. So we're going to say a case insensitive name in the current directory. We are going to look for anything.mp3, or this allows you to do multiple search strings. So, or case insensitive name. Look for some OGG files because Linux people love open source stuff that nobody uses. And then we're going to do another one, a case insensitive name for .doc. And also because of the new file formats, we're going to do a case insensitive name of .docx. Just to see if there's any interesting files here. Again, anything that can point us towards where Santa Claus is. So go ahead and run that. And immediately we get this discombobulated audio 1.mp3. Now that's interesting. We're going to go ahead and open this up in a file browser. And we will just add our path here. There's our discombobulated audio. Let's see if this has anything for us. Well, that was certainly weird. It's kind of some sort of timey-wimey kind of audio filter or something. We're going to have to send this down to the lab, see if they can make anything of it. But for now, that's going to end this evidence audio or file.